Welcome back, guys. Nice to be back. It's been a while since I've done a video, well, a beer review. It's actually been a week for me, more or less. So it's nice to be back. Hope you're all well. And we are back with one that I got from the Beer Hawk box that I got from the Crate Escape in Huddersfield. And it's a beer I think I've only ever had one beer from before and not reviewed on. I think it was way before I was reviewing beers. It was in Hungary, if I am correct, but I could be wrong. And what we are looking at is a beer. I'm trying to think who it's actually from. And the writing is so small, I don't know. But it's a Belle Vue beer. It's from Brussels. Is it bloody Castile? I'm not sure. But what we've got is a Belle Vue gueuze lambic. It's in a 250ml bottle and it is coming in at 5 point. I'm trying to see, the bloody brightness so small. I think it says 5.5%. By the time you get to watch this, I'll find out the proper ABV of it. So yeah, there we go. There's the label. We've got a lovely Belle Vue bottle cap on there, 250ml. Like I said, it was in that Beer Hawk box that I got from the Crate Escape in Huddersfield. And it was 20 beers and 4 gifts for 20 quid. So it's coming at a quid for this. And although it probably isn't the right glass, although it's the right branded glass, it might be the wrong glass, I'm going to put it in this Belle Vue Framboise glass. And I picked that up actually when I went to the darts exhibition. It was in the charity shop along with the Sagres glass that I picked up, 99 pence. So, being as I've got the glass and I've got a Belle Vue beer, I'm going to do a review of this beer and put it in this glass. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Hopefully I haven't flung it around too much and it's not going to go everywhere. No, we are safe. Now, I know it looks a little bit dainty, doesn't it, this glass? It's going to get me 2 glasses out of that bottle, isn't it? It's probably only 100ml glass and it's more like a bloody champagne bottle, no doubt. So, I'm not a massive, I don't mind a lambic, but I don't really know a massive amount about them. I know they're sort of a sour, sort of tart, sort of fruity kind of beer from Belgium generally. So, beer in a glass, your side it is looking pretty much the same as my side, but maybe just a tad darker, but it's got that sort of tinge to it. There's a little flower bubble going up the middle of the glass. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. So it's sort of like, amberish in colour. A little flower bubble going up the middle, and we've got just about a finger of white head on top. So, let's dive in on it. Look at it. God, I feel alright fanny with this glass. But let's go in with the nose and see what we get. Yeah. Ooh. Apple, pear, sugary, sweet, almost a sourness, almost a tartness in there. But yeah, I mean, from the lambics I've had, it smells like what you'd kind of expect, really. It smells nice. It smells nice. Anyway, let's stop sniffing. I'm getting carried away there with the sniffing. Let's top her up a little bit. I'll have to get my little pinky out for this one. We'll dive in on Belle Vue's gueuze lambic. 5.5%, I think it says. Cheers. Ew. Blimey. Ooh. I think it's still in date, yeah. 4th of the 8th, 23. So yeah, there's about a month left on this beer. Ooh, my. It certainly gives you a slap in the chops with the start. I mean, I don't eat raspberry or gooseberry, but I don't know, in my head, it's got that feel about it as well. Although there's sort of like a light fruit, apple, pear thing going on the nose. Ooh, yeah. It's got that real sort of twang to it. Right, anyway, let's get on with... I've roamed away from the sort of things I do in my review there, so I do apologise. Right, body, carbonation, mouthfeel and all that. So, it's a lambic. It's a Belgian sour, if you like. So yeah, it's quite light. That's kind of what you expect. It's easy drinking, very easy drinking. Ooh, and that carbonation is quite busy in the mouth, and it really does sort of like give you that kind of feel about it. Not like a sherbety sort of sour that you get with, like, you know, English sours. This is very much sort of tart fruit sort of sour. That's got a lovely mouthfeel though. The back end, when you have a sip, it's sort of smooth to start off with, but you do get a little bit of roughness because it's so well carbonated. On the taste, oh blimey, oh yeah, ooh, it certainly does what you kind of expect from this style. It's very tart, it's very sour. I can't help but think there's not sort of like the apple pear flavours in there. If they are there, they're very much sort of in the background with this beer. It's got a sort of, I'm not going to say funky, let's go with the flavours. Apple, pear, if they are in there, they're in the background. For me, just off the top of my head, not that I know anything about these flavours really, but gooseberry rhubarb thing, that's what it sort of reminds me of. Something sort of with that name, you know what I mean? I'm not really a fan of gooseberries. I've never really tried them, I don't think. But there's nothing that sort of comes to mind. But gooseberry, raspberry, not raspberry, rhubarb, I'm trying to say. It's got that sort of tart, sort of bitter acidity to it. Yeah. It's certainly not going to be to everyone's cup of tea. I mean, even as somebody who likes a lambic, it's quite full on when you drink it. But it is quite refreshing. It has got qualities about it. It's just that sour tartness is quite full on. Yeah. Yeah. It's really got it. I think you've got to be a lover of this style for a start to really enjoy this, I think. And not only that, I think you've got to be a lover of like big full-on sours and not sweet sours. We're talking like, you know, you've got to like that full-on sort of sour thing. If you do, you might like it. And then you've got the flavour side to it that you've got to maybe think, ooh, is it my kind of thing? Now, I'm partial to a sour here and there. But is it one that I would want to have again? I think the only other, well, I've had a Castile Gueuze, I think it is, out the supermarkets, and I've had a Lindeman's, and they've been very nice. This is a little bit on the harsh side or strong side of sort of sour, but if you're into the style, like I say, you may well like it. But for me, it's all right. I'll drink it, don't get me wrong, but it is a little bit past that mark for me personally. But yeah, Belle Vue Gueuze Lambic. It's an experience. It's an experience that is going to be for certain people and not for others. But I've paid £1 for this, so I ain't too bothered. I will drink it. And yeah, that's about it. So if you've had this beer before, let me know what you think. They're my views on it. But if you've had this beer before, let me know your views. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. And I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.